Hi, I'm Tim Redding Jr., General Manager of Dublin Ford Lincoln, and I'm proud to call Dublin, Georgia my home. It's my pleasure to introduce our excellent sales team, and we are ready to serve you and the surrounding areas. And they are Graham Slater, General Sales Manager, Michael Gray, Business Manager, and the rest of our professional sales staff includes Mark Cox, Steve Sams, Adam Myler, Colby Howard, and Seth Young. We invite you to come visit us today at Dublin Ford Lincoln, where others call you customers, but we call you friends.
Hello everyone and welcome. We're out here today at the VA hospital where Sonny's Barbecue right here in Dublin is serving our veterans. We're out here in Building 8, this section here, the newer part here at the VA hospital. We've been here most of the day, but we want to thank Sonny's Barbecue. You're going to be meeting Mr. Turner, the owner of Sonny's Barbecue, and all of them here in just a few moments, but we want to thank them for what they do, not only here at the VA hospital, but for our community all over the Dublin-Orange County area. You see this van behind me in so many places. Matter of fact, this very day, they're over here at the Dublin Mall while they're here. So they're spread out everywhere doing a fundraiser for Dublin High School, the Dublin High School football program. They do fundraisers for churches and schools and nonprofits all over our community, and we thank them so much for what they do for our community. We're going to go in the VA hospital, and we're going to try to lasso down Mr. Turner and all the guys with and girls, Mr. and Miss Turner, here at the VA hospital. We're going to talk to them in a few moments, but like I said, we just want to thank them for what they do. Our veterans are so deserving, and we're out here at the VA hospital quite a bit with TV 35, and it's one of our most favorite assignments that we have throughout our community. I don't know if you know it or not, but our VA hospital here serves 52 counties here in the state of Georgia, so there's a lot of veterans that come here and take advantage of this VA hospital. And there's so many stories throughout these halls that we've shared with you through the years, and we'll continue to share with you over the next many, many years, we hope. But we thank our administrator, we thank Dr. Frank Jordan and Greg and all the staff here at the VA hospital for what they do every day for our veterans. They have served our country, they've served our community, and give us the very freedom that we can stand here right now without fear of anything and come out here and serve those who make this all possible. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk to the staff here at Sonny's that's having a really good time. You ought to see the looks on their faces serving all these veterans. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
At Kubota, value means getting more than you expected for less than you thought. Right now through July 31st, our greatest value is the L2501 DT compact tractor with one of the highest quality compact tractor frames on the market. Ask your local dealer about Kubota's big value compact tractor for as low as $199.99 per month with 0% APR financing for 60 months, now until July 31st, 2015. That's value. That's Kubota.
Freeman's Lawn and Garden. Call us at 272-2198.
I have with me now Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner, I've been watching you work pretty hard over here, and talking to your managers, they seem to say you outwork them.
Well, you know, age has its benefits, so I guess that's part of it. But motivation, because we really like being here. And so our corporate office is not nearby, but by golly, we're going to show up to take care of those that we're going to serve those that served us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're excited.
Yeah, Mr. Turner owns the Sonny's here in Dublin as well as
Albany and Thomasville. Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all come in and the aroma just changed immediately. What a great smell you bring with you.
Yeah, well, that's the all-American flavor, you know. We're barbecue people, so in fact, we're doing a big chicken sale down at the mall today, so we like to have 1,000 chicken plates going out to benefit the school.
Right.
And so you don't want to be a chicken in Dublin. You'd be an endangered species.
And y'all are everywhere. You know, I watch you throughout the community. I know you're here today at the VA hospital, which is great. but seems like you're in the schools and the churches and helping with fundraisers. And I know in talking to you earlier, you are a Christian, and
Yes, sir.
That is so important to serve those that, and in this case today, that the least of us that can't serve themselves.
Amen.
So I know that's important to you, and that's why we see Sonny's throughout the community.
Yes. I mean, we have a corporate saying that says if you're not serving someone that needs to be served, you ought to be serving those that are serving. And so my motto is nobody works for me, I work for everybody else, and so I empower them. And that's what gives them the strength to do this and the blessing. So we're excited about doing all these community events.
And tell me about Sonny's. How long have you had these stores?
Well, I started with Sonny's in 1992, actually the very month that my son was born. So he grew up in the business, and we started in Albany, and then we added over the years the other stores. So, as I say, long enough to know better, but...
Yeah, and this is a family affair. Your wife's here, your son's out here. He just finished in theology school, so your faith is very important to your life, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean, that's the grounding. I mean, without that foundation, we just don't think there's a lot that will guide us, so we're very involved.
Well, talking to you people over here, how do you stay up for 24 hours? I mean, come on, I can't stay up 24 hours.
I don't know. Maybe I tell them fear is a great motivator. That I got to get on a plane and get here, and so you do crash occasionally, but you know, we just work at this. It's a fun business. If it wasn't fun, we ought to do something else.
That's right.
So.
And your people, we're going to meet them in just a moment, but your people work so hard. I was talking to some of them earlier, you know, get up 3 or 4 this morning. This didn't just happen. Y'all didn't just walk in the door with this cooked barbecue and macaroni and cheese and beans and things, but it takes a lot of work from your people, don't it?
Yeah, barbecue is really an act of love, and that's one of the reasons I think that it's so ingrained into the American culture. It's a part of us, and it not just brings good taste, it brings memories of things and people and gatherings, and so it's been a fun time.
Well, how do you be so, because food's got to be tough, how do you stay so consistent? It don't matter when I eat at Sonny's, and I'm partial to that chicken now. I just have to tell you, I love Sonny's chicken, but how are you so consistent with your product?
Well, I think it's a part of really staying on top of the game, because we have the recipes, we have manuals that are 2 inches thick on how to do this. It's a constant training, because we do bring in new people from time to time, and I know my general managers here have been with us as long as 15 years. So they're the trainers, they're the foundation of keeping this uniform, if you will. But we're continually evolving. I mean, it's a press, because we just brought out brisket. We've been through 5 different versions of brisket since we started, because we're learning, and it gets better every time. So we're happy with that one.
And the guys they come from the other stores, is that correct? Some of the guys I met here today?
I have one from Albany and one from Thomasville, and they wanted to come to see what Bill was doing over here, because Bill Crooms is the general manager here, and they're chasing him, because he set the standard of community involvement.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
He does a wonderful job in our community, so we're proud of him here, and I'm sure you are too. But
we are.
Looking at and we've been watching video as we talk, Mr. Turner, but the looks on their faces, your people serving, the smiles on their faces, and more than that, the smiles on these veterans. You've been watching. I've been watching you serve all morning. So, but the looks on their faces got to be worth it, isn't it?
It is. We get the blessing. I mean, people think we're making a sacrifice. That's just not true. They made the sacrifice.
Right.
They served our country, and the least we can do is to serve them.
And you told me you had never served, but you actually got a close connection to veterans.
Right. My wife Susan, her father was a P-40 mechanic in Tunisia in World War II, and I had an uncle that was a P-47 mechanic. My dad was in the Navy, so we're just connected.
Yeah. And she married very well. Her husband's doing great.
Well, that may be debatable, but we'll do the best we can with that line.
I was talking to your wonderful husband here just a moment ago, and just nothing but accolades for you. So, but you have a close connection to veterans. We were just talking about.
I do.
Tell me about your father.
My father was he was Lance Corporal Francis Bates, and he served in the 8th Army Air Force in North Africa. He helped fight Rommel, and he unfortunately died when I was a year old. So when I got married, the good Lord let me have a husband that knew he worked on P-40 Warhawks, and that's how I found out more about what he did for our country.
You have really been enjoying this today. Tell me
Yes,
how this
sir.
makes you feel.
Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing for us and for the veterans, and we had our general managers from Albany and Thomasville join us too, because they have a commitment and a love for the veterans of our nation.
And I want you to tell me, not to throw you off, I'm going to ask this question so you can think just a moment, but I know by talking to y'all earlier, your faith is very important
Yes,
to
sir.
you. And with all our countries going through today and people just striking out against Christian people,
Yes, sir.
tell me about your faith and what it means to your family in this business.
Absolutely. All our businesses are dedicated to the Lord, and we pray for our employees, every payroll, and we just know that the Lord is blessing and guiding us, and we look to Him for help every day.
And wasn't it a great feeling hearing the veteran a while ago say that blessing?
Yes.
He didn't
Yes.
just say,
Mr. Green.
That wasn't,
God is
that wasn't a
great, God is
canned
good.
prayer. No, that
No.
was from the
It was-
heart.
I'm glad I was behind the
He's
camera.
asking Jesus
Yeah.
to bless us.
Well,
Yes.
you know, we believe that so strongly that we're the protector of our people that God's entrusted to us.
Yes.
And so when we enter from ADP, the payroll, Susan doesn't call it payroll, she calls it pray-roll. And she prays over every name every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's the protection that our people have. And so we're obligated, we're called to do that.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for what you do, not only for our
James.
community, but the people you
Thank you for having
employ
us.
and what you do for
Yes.
people all over the country, really.
Oh,
Because
yes.
you're blessing people here, not just from Dublin, but these veterans come from everywhere.
Yeah, that's
and you know, we
true.
serve 52 counties here,
Oh,
so there's
my
a
gosh.
lot of veterans here, and they mean so much to us. But thank y'all,
I know.
and thank you for your father's service and what he might have died when you was at a young age, but
A year.
he definitely left an impact.
He
with you.
did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do. Thank y'all very much.
you bet.
Christian, I've been videoing you over there.
Yes, sir.
We understand you graduated earlier from School of Theology. Is that right?
Well, it was a Christian school, yes, sir. So
Tell me about that.
You know, that was Westmont College out in Santa Barbara, California. It was a private school, a very small school, 1,200 people. So when you guys out here talk about community and giving back to the community, we're all about that because that's really one of the most important things in life. If you don't have people that understand who you are and what you care about, it's not worth a lot. And so being out here, we get to show the community that we're embedded here. We love this community. We love the folks here, the men and women here who have sacrificed so much and have given us so much. How can we not but come out here and be with them and spend some time?
And the very fact we can do this right here without any fear
I know.
of somebody coming in hurting us.
That's
and,
right.
being able to worship freely and to do these kind of
sir.
things, that says it all for what they've done for us.
That's right.
And just to have a free press.
Yes.
I mean, to have you here being able to do that is really important because you're the eyes and ears of the community. So we thank you for your caring too. So it's a two-way street. We're all
Thank you for saying
benefiting.
that, Mr. Turner. And you've had a smile the whole time you've been here. You got to be loving this.
We are.
You hadn't stopped
I gotta
smiling,
tell you.
brother.
I tell you, it's hard not to.
And you're
I
working.
gotta tell you, but that's the thing. It's the work is a gift from the Lord, and to be out here is just so phenomenal. You just don't even know, and so we are just so happy to be here. And I just wish everybody else on the other side of that lens could feel
Y'all
how
hear
much
that?
we're enjoying this right now, because this is just some good times.
Well, they
So-
know I'm out here a lot, and they know I love it. So it's hard not to love
Christian.
coming to this hospital.
Christian was with us in our room last night until like 12:30 in the morning, and then he had to go and get up at what time?
Yeah, up at 4, and it just drives you.
Well, how does your daddy go without sleeping now? I know he stays up for 24 hours. I can't do that.
The story is he had to give up something. It was either give up work or eating or sleeping, so he gave up sleeping. Yeah, so one or the other. But I guess, you know, you can do it. That's the testament. You can do it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Jay.
Appreciate
okay.
it.
Thank y'all.
Growth. It's what we all want. It means doing what it takes, getting up every morning and making it happen. And we couldn't agree more. Because your success is our success. At Morris Bank, we're banking on you.
This is Michael Turner with Sonny's Barbecue, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is this guy, Colby Howard. Colby is from Thomasville, and he is not just the general manager of the store, he's also a pitmaster. And if you see these shirts that say pitmaster, you just don't get those. You don't just order one. You have to earn it. So he's a graduate of Pitmaster School.
Right the first time.
Yeah, which means that you have to work a lot of events, you have to have years in the business, and so he is a master of the science of smoke. So we're so happy to have Colby, and he drove his big van down from Thomasville.
I'm so glad that Billy let us have a part in this. This is fabulous. We got to do a bunch of stuff today with him. Day in the life of a pitmaster. We got up at 4 a.m., started our day, and hopefully we'll be done by midnight. So that'll be great. But this has just been fabulous. We've making people smile. That's what it's all about. So we're proud to be here.
Well, I say that the general manager here, Bill Crooms, has set the bar pretty high to do these community events. I mean, we're all chasing Bill. So how do you think this will impact Thomasville?
Oh, I'll carry what I've seen today back with me. Opportunities are opening up. I've already invited him to come down and help me with a few things in the coming months. So we're gonna rally around one another. Albany, Thomasville, Dublin, we'll all just join together and we'll get some stuff done. Well, this is great.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. We really are a team, and so we've done this for a number of years. Sometimes we think way too long, but it's still fun.
Oh yeah, I have a great time. I'll be dog tired when I get home, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
You know, they said you're trying to hide back in the corner. Well, you probably taken after me because my line is that nobody works for me, I work for everybody else, and so I'm serving those that are serving. And one of these is Eric McCollum, and Eric has been with us like 100 years. He was born in the back room in a barbecue box, and he is another pitmaster. So he had his name on the shirt. And Eric, what does it mean to be a pitmaster? What do you have to do?
You have to love what you do. You got to love the barbecue. You got to love the business. And you got to know what you're doing and be well educated. I enjoy being a pitmaster, especially doing events like this, what we call a random acts of barbecue. Bill has done a great job with this, and it's near and dear to me, seeing I am a veteran as well. And getting out of here to see these guys and work with them and giving back to them is an honor, and I can't say enough. I mean, it's awesome.
Well, tell us more about Random Acts of Barbecue and what that entails and how you've done some.
Well, Random Acts of Barbecue, Sonny's Corporate came up with about 2 years ago. What we do, we go out and we find a business or someone that's doing well in the community, and we show up in our Sonny's van and surprise them and feed them and say thank you for what you've done and what you're doing in our community. And it's something that we do about once a month. That's to give back and to say thank you for all that you do, because without our community partners, we wouldn't be here. And that's what we believe in, is putting back into those that put into us.
And I think one of the key words is surprise, because these are not paid events. These are not events that we're looking for publicity. We're just looking to serve and give back to the community, and that's what's really important. That's what keeps us alive. That's our lifeblood.
That's right.
And boy, do I appreciate a guy like Eric that got up at 4 this morning to come out here and do the real smoke. So
yes, sir. And I also want to say he's really modest, and he won't tell you this, but this young man here is going to have 20 years in the company next month at my store in Albany, Georgia, and we thank him for all that he does and allowing us to do events like this. Because, like you said, we don't get paid for this. We're coming out and dedicate our time and our efforts and food and once again, say thank you, and we appreciate everything you do. And I would like to do something to you, Mr. Turner, and to all the veterans here. I'm come to a position of attention and salute you and thank you for all that you do.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Eric.
sir.
God bless you, man. Well, it's so good to be here with Bill Crooms, the master. Actually, well, no, he's just a pit master. He's a master pit master because he set the bar for my general managers to come over from Albany and Thomasville to see what Bill has done over here, and it's amazing. And all we are is his support team, but it's his big heart that's reached out to the community. And so I talk to Bill probably once or more a day.
Yes.
So some of it's computer related, but a lot of more is community related. So how did you happen to show up here? What happened?
Well, we had a wonderful event this past year where we had a lot of veterans in the store. And we were feeding them for free, and we got to hearing wonderful stories about their families, about their wives, about their children, and just meeting some wonderful men. And we decided that what we would do is they came to us on that day. We wanted to go to them. And so we heard that there was a need here. And so we started coming here to the Veterans Administration here in Dublin once a month. And we picked a wing every month, and a group called the Angels Warriors. They came by and we discussed it. So once a month we're here, and I don't think it's so much we're giving to them. These men have given us so much, and then to come here and hear their stories, and to see the appreciation in their face, it's an amazing time just to be here. We're receiving so much, and so that's why we're here.
Well, you probably even see some of their families come in too, right?
Yes,
into
sir.
the store.
We do.
So
we do see a lot of their families, and they're very appreciative. But we just want to reach out and support these guys. They're the star. It's not Sonny's Barbecue. These guys are the star. We're just here to highlight them.
yeah, and you're a native, well, more or less a native of Dublin area, right?
You grew up in Cadwell, Georgia. That's about 10 miles away.
We won't hold that against you. But how long have you been now with Sonny's?
Been with Sonny's for going on 11 years, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Is that amazing? I mean, nobody works 11 years anywhere anymore, but since we've been in Dublin, Bill's been with us. Let me tell you, he's an integral part of the community. He has a lovely wife, better than he deserves, but he's a great guy, and the people just love him. So we're taking care. And back.
I just want to tell you how much I appreciate this.
Well, listen,
Thank you, my friend.
you're certainly welcome.
We're honored to be here. Very honored to meet you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you again. Well, that's just sort of indicative of the appreciation, and I tell you, we're the ones that receive the blessing.
Yes.
So anything that we can give back, it comes back double. So we just thank the community for the chance to be here.